Greetings, YouTube. The Doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons and Dragons. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or a comment. All right. Today we're going to talk about the D23 Challenge. What is it? What is it all about? Well, it is something we're going to do for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, and it is a new challenge for 2023. And you can see by the picture here that there is a dungeon that's here that's got some rooms. So this one's got 8 rooms in it. So what is this thing called the D23 Challenge? Are we going to do it? I think we are going to do it. And how are we going to do it? And what is some of the background for it? So let's get into it. All right. The D23 Challenge is we're going to create a dungeon room every day for 365 days, which means we're going to have 18 rooms per dungeon level, and we're going to end up having 20 dungeon levels after 365 days. Each level, the PCs will gain a level. I know I've said level a whole bunch of times, but that's the way it's going to go. So they're going to be 18 rooms in a single floor, and once that floor is completed, then the PCs will go to the next floor, and they will gain a level in between each floor. And at the end of all of this, they will be 20th level. They're going to start out at first level. We're going to use Incarnate for map creation. So I made this map over here in Incarnate. It's a pretty good web-based map tool. We're going to use the D&D Beyond rules, basically the D&D 5th edition rules. But in addition, we're going to be using D&D Beyond to pull a lot of like the monster stats and things like that. There's a good database of all of the creatures and monsters that are in there. In addition, we're also going to be using Kobold Press material. That is Tomb of Beasts 1, 2, and 3. Tomb of Beasts 3 just came out. Great book. And the Creature Codex, another great book. In addition, we're going to be using the DM's Guide for traps, but we'll be using D&D Beyond for that. And we'll be using Xanathar's Guide to Everything Traps Revisited chapter for both simple and complex traps. So that's kind of the rules of engagement for this, for design. We'll be starting scratch every single day to create one room per day. That room might have monster foes in it. It might have traps. It might be a mix of both. It might be a small room. It might be a big room. But what I envision is that there's going to be a path that the players have to take through the floor of the dungeon, through all of these 18 rooms, to get to the last room, which is going to be the one that they use to get to the next level. So, what is the story background that I have created for this? So we have a wizard, and this wizard's name is Azrael Zahn. He's a very cold, intellectual individual. He's lawful evil, not typically lawful evil. He's lawful evil, and he specializes in conjuration wizardry. So he's from the conjuration school. Why did he build this dungeon? Well, it started with his desire for power over the multiverse. He sees the multiverse as a place that's disorderly, it's chaotic, it's not to his liking. It's not the way he is very rigid in his thinking about how orderly he wants things to be. So in order to reshape things in his image, and because he saw things as flawed and unorganized, he traveled throughout the multiverse to study and explore and discover. And he discovered wish magic in the corners, the vast, far corners of the multiverse. And it was a theorized form of magic that could change reality. But he needed a way to be able to harness that so that he could apply it to the entire multiverse and recreate the entire multiverse in the order that he wanted it. His vision of what it should be. So he derived a device to harness and concentrate that wish magic, and that device is called the Wish Engine. The Wish Engine is this massive dungeon complex, and it is meant to lure adventuring parties with the lure of riches, foes, traps, and magic items, which Azruel Zahn has stocked in this dungeon. And he's a conjuration wizard, and he's a very powerful like conjuration archmage who is able to summon things. He has access to wish, so he's able to wish in riches, and he's gone through the multiverse to find magic items to place in here. And this is taking, many, 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 many years. He's more or less a immortal being. So why would he want to lure player characters or adventurers into this dungeon, also known as the Wish Engine? Well, the Wish Engine complex is powered by magic. It's powered by all kinds of magic, no matter what, but it's particularly powered by spells that have been cast and abilities, magic abilities that have been used. And the dungeon itself, the Wish Engine, absorbs these things. And what better way to generate this spell, this arcane and divine power, than to have adventuring groups come in, fight grand foes, decipher complex traps, puzzles, things like that, where they're going to utilize their magical abilities or their divine or arcane spells. And as they do this, the residual energies that come off of that as those things are being used or as those things are happening are being absorbed by the Wish Engine and powering this thing. And the farther the PCs get in the dungeon, the higher level they get, and the more powerful their abilities and their spells get. So it has a tendency to power this Wish Engine more. So so that's kind of the background. That's the background for the creation of the dungeon. Why is the dungeon there? What purpose does it serve? And that's, a very quick background to this. So the presentation format is I'm going to do one room per day that's going to be created via live stream on this channel, Power Gaming with the Doctor. And if we can't live stream, then we're going to go ahead and we'll create a room in the day. I'm going to find time. It's usually going to take me probably 20 or 30 minutes to do one of these, maybe a little longer. We'll find time to do it, and then I will cover more than one room in a day in a live stream, the next nearest live stream that I can do. So that is the D23 challenge. We will be trying to live stream this as much as we possibly can, possibly every day. We probably won't be able to get every day in, but we'll try and do it as many days in the week as we can. Here's the background. It is it's an actual magical construct created by this wizard named Azruel Zahn, who is trying to reshape reality, and he's doing that by harnessing the power of arcane and divine spells and abilities that adventurers use. And we're going to create a dungeon a day, 365 days, and we'll see where it gets us. All right, well, thanks for tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.